Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dillon. We are back with another Madden video. Today, what I got for y'all is going to be updating my best running back tier list in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Before we do go on ahead, get into the video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe if you are new. Drop almost daily Madden content on the channel. My end of year goal for Madden 22 is hit that 10K subscribers. Could not do without you, so I greatly appreciate it. Now, today in total, it's mainly just a zero chill update. Like, we got a ton of really good cards, even some solid budget options with the zero chill promo. But first things first, what I want to do is I want to drop some people down from the A tier and also the S tier. I feel like it's just a little bit too flooded right now. I think Blunt and Henry, they're still S tier in my opinion. Same with Bo, same with Roger Craig's. I'm gonna move Chase Edmonds down. I know he's really fast, but he's a smaller build. Not really a huge fan of him. Jonathan Taylor is still really good, but I don't quite think he's that S tier anymore. Same with Odell Patterson. Odell Patterson, honestly, maybe be B tier, but I think this card is just so good. I'm going to keep him into the A tier. And Kamara and Roger Craig for right now. If I drop one of these guys, I'm most likely going to drop the other as well. Barry Sanders is like bottom tier of S tier now. I just don't like the smaller backs and the animations they get. Now for the A tier, I'm going to move McCaffery down. He's just a little bit too slow. The route running isn't really a big difference anymore with him. Going to move Reggie Bush down. I've used Reggie Bush this whole year. I don't really like the card. I really don't. His traits are also horrible for a running back, so he's going down to the B tier. Tavon Austin as well. I was really high on this card. And then I'm just not anymore. I'm just not. He fumbles a lot. And again, he's that smaller build. Could see him being pretty good at like a wide receiver though. But for running back, there's better options for you. Staley's also a little bit dated, so I'm going to drop him as well. And this is what we're looking like. Only 6 cards in the S tier with a bunch of cards to go over today. The first card we're going over though, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on. It's going to be Team of the Week, Sony Michel. Sony Michel's previous card right here is in the F tier, and that's where this card's going. He just gets a couple +1s. He's still really bad though. I would not recommend using him. Now we get a real interesting card right here, AJ Dillon. He's going to be 93 speed powered up. He's a trucking big back. He can also air truck as well. I like him, but how much do I like him? I think he's a whole tier better than this Ricky Williams card, so I'm going to put him into the A tier. I don't like when I think of AJ Dillon, I kind of think of like that Ricky Williams style. But yeah, he's 6 foot, 247, over 90 break tackle, over 90 truck. That's really what I'm looking for in a card like him. I think he's pretty good. An option you don't really see a lot. One of the better bruising running backs, kind of like that bigger back in the game, in my opinion. Could definitely see why you run him. I think he's pretty good. Now, next up right here, we have Latavius Murray. This is a slightly lower overall card, but I honestly think he's probably the best budget running back in the game. And let me tell you why. So powered up going to be 90 speed. Going to have pretty decent juke and spin with like 85. Also going to have 90 truck. 85 break tackle as well powered up. He's also 6'3", 230. So he's a bigger back as well. So all in all, I think he's pretty solid. I'm going to go ahead and put him into the C tier. The previous best budget running backs, in my opinion, were like Michael Carter and Dearness Johnson. I think he's a whole tier ahead of him. So I'm going to put him C tier. I think he's pretty good. Definitely solid if you're on a budget and you're looking for a cheaper running back. Now this is a card. Ooh, the next two are going to be, I think, the hardest ones to rank in my opinion. Odell Beckham at halfback. So this card is just so usable in so many different ways. Like, you could play him at receiver, you could play him at running back. Going to have very like good physical stats. Gonna be 94 speed, hit 90 for every single route running. The only thing that worries me from a running back perspective is he does have slightly lower carrying, and for that reason, I think the highest I can put him is A tier, but he has, so if you want to play a running back at wide receiver, this is the best card for you. And the reason why you would do that is because, like in a formation, I like to run U trips. One, there's if you go up against like a big dime set or like a lot of popular blitz formations in the game, a lot of times they have terrible run defense out of this, and you still have a running back at wide receiver, right? You can go ahead audible down to like I form and stuff like that to get some easy runs. So I really like this card. So for me, he's like S tier, and he's gonna be on my team for a while. But for just being a running back, I'm gonna say A. He's still probably the best pass catching running back in the game. At the beginning, he has 90 90 90 for out running. No other running running back in the game comes close to that. He also comes stock with route tech, evasive, and backfield master. All for, I believe, 3 AP. It could be 4, might be wrong on that, but he was a free card through house rules. If you want to get him now, you can go ahead, do a couple solos, get 2 ornaments, do the 0 chill solos, use the out of position set in the Mutmus tree, and you get yourself a really good halfback. Yeah, I'm really high on this card. I know some people might not be as high because, again, he has that low carrying, but for a receiving back standpoint, I think he's A tier. Now, next up right here, Vita Vea. This one right here is going to be the toughest rank in my opinion, because stats wise, like speed and everything, he's like maybe D or C. Like all these guys are the same speed in him, right? He's Vita Vea. He's a big, heavy trucking back. I don't think I'm going to put him A tier. I think I'm going to go ahead and put him into the B tier because he has his weaknesses, but he also has his uses too. Like you could play, I think he's an S tier fullback. I will say that right now. And also as a short yardage back, just trying to basically just break tackles, stuff like that, put maybe bulldozer on him. And I think you could be pretty toxic with this card, but it's really depending on your offense, right? And I don't want to, like, perfect situation, I think he's maybe A tier. I don't think I would put him S tier, but he's going to be 90 speed, 6'4", 347 pounds. In my opinion, those are the 3 most important stats on him. He's the biggest running back in the game. I think he's the best short yardage back in the game. He will always have a role on your team, right? So I could maybe see him A tier, like I said, but he's not really like a do-it-all kind of guy, so I wouldn't put him S tier. But he has 94 truck and also 90 plus break tackle when you upgrade him with a little bit of training. So I think he's pretty good. Could definitely see why you run him, and I could definitely see you being very, very effective with him. It's just I don't think he's gonna break off like the long, like 80-yard touchdowns like even people in B tier potentially could, just because like the speed, right? 3 yards in a cloud of dust football, I think he's perfect. So I could see why you run him, but I'm gonna lean more towards B tier. Next up right here we have Ricky Williams. There's literally one thing bad about this card, and that's gonna be his archetype. I don't really like the power back archetype. I don't really think they can get to good abilities, but he's going like at the top end of S tier. Definitely one of the best backs in the game. Can argue if he is the best back in the game. I think the next back we're going to cover is the best back in the game, but he's going to be 96 speed, which again is tied for the best in the game. Gonna have over 90 break tackle, over 90 trucking, good spin, good juke as well. Pretty much perfect physical stats for a running back right now too. Also some pretty decent route running with 80 plus short route running. Not bad at all. So he's really a do-it-all running back. It's just his archetype is a little bit bad for me. So me personally, I probably would run him with no abilities, unless again your offense is more like, you know, run the ball a lot more. I could see run like bulldozer, stuff like that on him. But I think right now, stats wise, all in all, I think he's one of the best running backs in the game. Now next up, my pick for best running back in the game, gonna be Walter Payton right here, who going right up in to that S tier. Gonna be my personal number 1. Let me know down in the comments who you think is the best running back in the game. Gonna be 95 speed, powered up, 90 plus juke, spin, truck, break tackle. Also a receiving back, so he gets those really good receiving back abilities like backfield master, backfield mismatch for 1 AP. Also gonna go ahead, have 80 plus catching, 90 short route running, 80 medium, and 80 deep. So he's a very good receiving back. He can literally do basically everything. Like this card doesn't have a weakness. I think he's basically perfect. So yeah, if I had to go ahead, recommend you one running back from this tier list who I think is the best in the game, for sure gonna be Walter Payton. Next up right here we have Vic. Vic is good, potentially could even be 99 speed on certain theme teams, but I can't put him any higher than A. Like speed wise, break tackle stat, juke, spin, he could be S tier, but he has 68 carrying, and I know a lot of times they don't fumble even if they are a running back, but that's just a stat that worries me so much that I can only put him in the A tier. It's still a really cool and really nice card. Vic at halfback before has played like really, really good. He's gonna be 95 speed, 96 juke, 95 spin. So like I said, some pretty good stats. Also gonna be a receiving back, so he has really good route running, 90 plus short, 80 plus medium, 80 plus deep. So very good route running on him too. Again, receiving back can get those good abilities like I was talking about with Walter Payton. I just don't quite think he's on that S tier level. And next up right here, we have Antonio Gibson. I really like Antonio Gibson cards. I really like the way they play. He's going to be 94 speed, powered up. Also going to have some pretty decent spin, juke, and all that stuff. Can't quite hit 90 spin, but it's still pretty good. 80 plus for short route running, 80 plus for catching, 70s for medium and deep. So he can really do it all. I think I'd take him over everyone in B. So I'm going to put him slightly lower tier of A, but I still think he's pretty good. He's a pretty solid back. This time I'm going to be an elusive back, so I think for sure I'd run backfield mismatch on him. Now, next up right here, we have Deebo Samuel, who is really similar to halfback Odell Beckham, and not in the sense that, oh, they both play receiver and they got out position halfback card. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you're right. But just stats wise too, the only thing is OBJ has better abilities. So do I keep him in the A tier? Or do I put him top in the B? I would rather have him than Tavon Austin and all these guys in B tier. So again, I'm going to put him slightly lower A. This time he has 93 speed and actually pretty good carrying with 85. So that's something you don't have to worry about with OBJ too. So pretty much like I was saying with OBJ, if you want to play this guy receiver, go ahead and do it. And you'll go ahead and be able to weak box a lot of the popular defenses right now, especially if you have an escape artist quarterback as well. The major popular defense right now is going to be 2-3-6 dime. So you can go ahead weak box that and still have your escape artist quarterback. But he's going to have 90 spin, 90 plus short route running, and 80s for medium and deep. So he's pretty good. Like I said, I think he's on this A tier level, pretty similar to the guys in it. So yeah. Now next up right here, we have Devontae Freeman. Literally the only stat on him is like 88 speed. I'm gonna put him F tier because he's just really not that good. He's low overall card. Just everyone in D tier is better. Like literally, he's one of the worst running backs that came out. Now this one right here, AP Adrian Peterson. It's a little tough. He's gonna be 95 speed, 90 plus break tackles, 90 plus truck, all that kind of stuff. Like he's kind of like the same running back as Ricky Williams, but he's not as good as Ricky Williams. So he's like a worse version of him, in my opinion. He is taller and a little bit bigger, so I guess maybe that could go ahead and help him, but he doesn't really do a ton out the backfield. I mean, he has like decent catching and like 70s for route running, but he's not really like a receiving back, right? He's either top end of A or S tier. I think if I put him S tier, I think I have way too many people in here. Like I think he's better than Barry Sanders, Alvin Kamara, Roger Craig. They put him right here for sure. Like he could be top 3 as well. Just kind of depends how you play. I think I'd put him right there. And again, I think do I want to move these guys down? Yeah, I'm gonna move him down. They're going into the A tier. Barry Sanders is again probably going to be at like the top end of A, but like, and some people are going to hate me for this, but he's just a smaller running back. He gets really bad animations and he kind of fumbles a lot too. I'm not gonna lie, at least with my experience with him. So that's why he's top into A for me. He just really didn't play good for me, and I could see maybe Kamara and Roger Craig going back up. Let me know down in the comments if you think they should, but this is what I'm thinking right now. Now when I tell you this card right here is the most underrated running back in the game, Naji Harris, gonna be 94 speed, 90 plus break tackles. He's gonna be pretty similar to this Derrick Henry. Just I don't know. I'd put him like right here in the tier list. That's where I'd put him. Top end of A tier. I think he's really good. 6'2", 230, big back, can go ahead, has 70 route running, can decently catch the ball as well. 90 spin, 90 truck, 90 juke, 90 break tackle. Pretty decent stats across the board for him. I think he's solid. Can also get one of my favorite abilities in the game. Leapfrog on a running back is absolutely kind of broken. So you can just jurtle into people and you can break a lot of tackles and you also never fumble. So it's one of my favorite abilities in the game. He can get it. Same reason why Zeke is in this tier as well. He can get that ability. And for the last card of the day, Darrell Henderson right here. Honestly, he's pretty slept on too. I'm going to go ahead and put him into the A tier. You could argue that he's better than Najee, but I'm going to put him like right around here. Going to be 94 speed powered up, but he does a little bit more out of the backfield. He's going to have 85 plus short route running, 70 medium, 70 deep, 94 juke, 91 spin, not 90 break tackle, and not 90 truck. So really, he's more of a receiving back. He's not bad at all. Elusive back archetype. So again, I'd run that backfield mismatch ability on him. And yeah, yo, this has been my updated tier list. Let me know down in the comments, do you think Alvin, Roger Craig, or Barry Sanders should go ahead and move on back into S tier? I'm kind of 50-50 whether I should move them back up or just keep the S tier like this. Let me know who else in the comments you think should move up or who you think should move down. If you did say it and you enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like on the video and also subscribe if you are new. I appreciate y'all clicking onto the video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, but other than that, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out.